Good evening and hello everybody and welcome to the stream. Yes, I am alive. I am here. I wasn't going to stream today because on Friday I felt like total crap. Just ask anybody who knows me, but it's amazing what a couple good nights sleep will do for a person. I'm not 100%, but at the same time, I'm okay. I would miss doing this sort of stuff and miss you guys. So I appreciate you guys being here and I appreciate all the well wishes. Thank you. Just a very, very bad, nasty cold. Hit my chest, hit my throat, hit my head. And I just, anyways, we've all been through that. 3D Experiments was early and lurking. Delmar Franks is here. Shadell is here. Joe Velasco. Snapshot is here. John Bima is here. And Nick. And Jeff Thorson, 3D Medic, Vince, Joe Velasco, Delmar Franks, Non-Fam, Teza, Poor Boy Channel, hello, man. Been a long time. Get it. See what I did there? David Vieira, hello. Who else? Did I miss anybody? If I miss anybody, forgive me. Let's see who else is here. The guy, the Jedi, is here, and Cliff D is here, and thank you everybody who's here. So if I clear my throat a lot, that's just because, but I'm gonna do my best to make it through. What I am gonna do, and I appreciate everybody saying take the time off. My friend Richard was saying don't stream, take the time off, get the rest, and I appreciate that. But what I am gonna do is limit myself to 2 hours tonight. So we're going to go from 5 p.m., which is right now Mountain Standard Time, and I'm going to cut myself off at 7 o'clock, in about 7 o'clock. So, and I think that's going to give us plenty of time for what I'd like to, yeah, it's not COVID, Joe, no. We have test kits up here, and it's just a very nasty cold that's been going around, and I think it hits everybody a little different. It's this time of year, too, so. Oh, what's in the Coke, Tim? This is just Coke Zero. Strictly Coke Zero. There's not even sugar in it. It's just a little bit of caffeine, I suppose. So Eric Anderson from Georgia. Hello. How are you? I like Snapshot. Ooh, what's in the Coke? No, I what I may do after the stream is sometimes if I want to wind down, if I want to sleep a little bit, I have a little shot of Zambuca. I love black Zambuca. That can make me tired too. So, But because I am on a cold medication, which I'm taking in the evening, I'll probably forego the Zambuca tonight, just because you don't want to mix that stuff, right? So, and 3 ounces of whiskey. Mum's the word. Hey, Andrew Humphrey. So what we're doing tonight, this printer behind me, hopefully you can't hear me. Bamboo is printing right now. And by the way, guys, anybody has a Bamboo P1P, or if anybody tells you you cannot print ABS without an enclosure, tell them, nah, you're full of malarkey. Tell them go talk to DeWitt 3D. Go talk to Tim at DeWitt, because I've been printing some parts for Richard, and I am getting, let me show you this part. Just, I know I'm straying off topic here a little, but hey, it's my show. Have a look at this part. This is black. Come on, focus. Don't focus on me. Focus on the piece. This is black. This is black ABS. It's eSun ABS. This part is printed like, this is really a really nice print. Black eSun ABS. I've been printing a bunch of these parts on the Bamboo, no enclosure. They have been coming out phenomenal. So much so, why did it switch to that camera? Anyway, so much so that I'm reprinting some parts for my Trident build on this. And you're going to say, why aren't you printing them on a Voron? Well, because I want to test my theory with different brands of ABS on the Bamboo and see how we're doing. But there's no enclosures on this thing. Nothing at all, right? And it's printing the ABS incredibly well. No draft shield, nothing on this. Nothing. Mind you, I don't have drafts down in this room. So we're not having any problems printing the ABS. So, hey, now I'm not doing tall, big parts. Now that may be a big difference. And I am using my Magic Bullet. I am using this nanopolymer adhesive from Vision Minor on the print bed. So I'm not getting any warping of the pieces at all. I mean, we are coming out perfectly flat. I mean, so yeah, this is, I would not do it without this on the bed, because as we know, with ABS, if you get the draft, you get the cooling, you get the corners lifting, right? So what's the temperature in the basement right now? I'm cold. My hands are freezing. So I would say we're about 18 Celsius in the basement right here. So, which is what, about 36, 66, under 70 degrees Fahrenheit down here. So yeah, eSun is pretty easy, and Voron parts are designed with pretty smart against warping. That's true, they are. That's why I say I wouldn't print a big print and try it, but I'm playing with it and trying it, and so far it's been really good. Didn't I have one material that was difficult to print? I did, Joe. That was the KVP, the gray ABS that Richard had given me. I could not get that to print on any printer. Mind you, I didn't try it on the Bamboo. I did try the purple version of that same brand of filament on the Bamboo, and it printed beautifully. I mean, it's hard to see this there, but I mean, that is an incredibly clean, perfect print. And the tolerances on these things, I mean, all the parts are fitting together perfectly. No cleaning up holes, nothing necessary. So this is great. I'm going to eventually enclose the Bamboo. There is parts you can print that are available on printables that you can print and enclose your Bamboo, and I do plan to do that eventually. So yeah. Hey, Chris Travis. Vision Minors. Oh yeah, the Vision Minor nanopolymer adhesive, guys, I swear by it. Oh, nice sweater, thank you. I call it my Charlie Brown sweater. You know, the diamonds like Charlie Brown. Anyways, yeah. So yeah. Let's see. Yeah, draft shield. And I think we've got everything caught up in the chat. Yay! You ordered your P1P this past Friday. Awesome, Chris. Awesome. I'm getting one for the my office for my other business because it does incredible, and I get a lot of customer requests now. We're getting a lot more requests for 3D printing at the full-time job, so we're getting a P1P in there. We found that all parts, Delmar says he found that parts that are not all parts are not that tall are okay in ABS. Yeah, taller parts, taller than a few inches, can start having issues. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why these. I mean, the tallest. I would say that this is the tallest part that I've printed on there yet. Is the Stealth Burner cover. So, I haven't tried anything taller, but we will get the. We're gonna get it enclosed eventually, right? So, but for now, I just wanted to see how it worked. So it worked good. So, anyways, what we're doing tonight is we are going to start on the V-Core 3.1 upgrade on this guy, on the RatRig. So let me switch over here. You get a better view of the RatRig. For those of you that didn't see my RatRig build, this thing was massive. It was a massively big build, and it's a great printer. It does a great job on it. I've done a few big prints on it, but it's time to do an upgrade to V-Core 3.1. Now, from what I understand, the major points, excuse me, of the upgrade on this, most of the printed parts are being replaced. That's another story. This is going to be sponsored, as I say on the bottom there, sponsored by Polymaker. Let me pop that off here now. So Polymaker is sponsoring this rebuild because Polymaker is sending me the ABS/ASA that I'm going to be using to reprint these parts. I don't have the filament yet, but once I do get it, I will be reprinting. We did a test print of one of the parts with Polymaker ABS on the bamboo, and it worked out really well. I don't know what color I'm getting, so the color of this is going to be a mystery yet too. But that's just one of the new parts that was printed in ABS on the bamboo out of Polymaker yellow ABS. So we'll see what they send me, and when they do, I'll print the parts. But all the printed parts you see are going to be replaced. So this thing is basically going to be stripped down to the bones, stripped down to the frame, and rebuilt. ASA filament needs heat like ABS. Yes, ASA and ABS. The main difference is ASA is weather resistant. ABS isn't, but they basically print exactly the same. And Polymaker is awesome filament. Yes, they are. Trust me. I mean, I've not yet printed a Polymaker filament that I don't like. So anyways, everything's being replaced. We've got one warped lead screw here. For some reason, it's really warped. I never noticed it before. You can actually, when I turn this, you can kind of see it wobbling around a bit. Not a huge deal because we were riding on a linear rail. It shouldn't screw out when we take this apart and see if I can straighten this lead screw out. But I'm not overly worried about it because really your Z goes down 0.2 or 0.4 millimeters at a time. And it's not like that wobble is going to affect much because it is locked into the linear rail. This basically just gives it the motion that it needs to go up and down. So we'll see what happens. Hey, Golden Jaguar. Hello, sir. ASA is UV resistant. ABS is not. Okay, cool. And a little bit weather resistance. So ASA from ABS. Yeah, cool. So yes. So we're going to start taking this apart because the whole kit came with all kinds of new. We have new bearings. We have new new couplers for the motors. All kinds of new hardware, new belts, new geared bearings, new geared wheel thingamajiggers. You know, the gears that pull the belts. I don't know. I don't know all my terms. Whatever. I blame being sick in my head. Anyway, so we're basically going to strip it right down, and then the other thing we're going to do, if we turn it around to the back, the electronics. When I built this, it was my first time building a scratch printer, other than the Prusa. Okay, which really doesn't count. Hey, Jose Ferreira, I'm doing much better today than I was Friday. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, yeah, this is a big one, Will. I don't know if I could even fit this through my doorway upstairs, to be honest with you. It is, yeah, it's a big guy. I would say, let's see. I don't have my Imperial, but the width of the frame itself, we're speaking 700 millimeters for the frame. 700 by, let's see, 700 by 770 for the frame. So it's pretty big. Hey, Collie05, Steve Reimer, how are you? Oh, to the bed, I mean, and printer, yes. Let's see. Oh, sticking to the filament. You finally got your printer to work, filament sticking. You're making a bino cup so you can make filter to see the sun. Cool. Very cool. Toothed idler. Thanks, Nick. That's what they're called. Toothed idlers. Yeah, idlers and toothed idlers. That's all being replaced. Apparently they were proprietary or something before, where you could only get these particular ones from RatRig, but now they're generic and they're easy to get. They're open source type thing like that. Let's see what else we're seeing in the chat here. Yeah, okay, cool. So the other thing we're doing is on the electronics, as I was saying, I didn't know much about doing this when I was young and immature and building these printers. Building the Vorons has really helped me come a long way with this. This is a mess. This is just an embarrassing mess of wires right here. So we're going to be straightening up all this wiring. I've decided today with some counseling and advice from my good friend Richard from the First Layer. If you guys aren't subscribed to him, go subscribe to him. Hey, MGX20, you just got here. Cool. Yes, but we're going to replace, right now this has on it this is a Big Tree Tech SKR Pro version 1.2 board. We're going to put on this, we're going to be putting on the Big Tree Tech Manta 8 with the CB1. So the Manta 8 and CB1 is going to replace this. It's going to have 2209 steppers. It's going to replace this. It's going to get rid of the Raspberry Pi. It's going to get rid of this 5-volt power supply. It's going to clean up the electronics a lot back here. We're also going to put a 7-inch touchscreen display on it. And yeah, we're going to clean up this whole, I may even replace this back panel. I haven't decided yet. I may put some DIN rails on it, et cetera, et cetera. So most just shoved into raceways. Exactly. I'm going to put raceways on this probably. DIN rails and raceways. I haven't decided. We'll see. But there's a lot of room back here. When I built this, I thought this was crowded and everything. But then I built the Vorons and realized this is what a crowded electronics bay looks like. But there's tons of room here to work with. So, so that's kind of the plan for this guy. You would recommend only DIN rail, even the power supply, and then you would recommend only DIN rail, even the power supply. They have means 24 volt, 12 DIN power supply. Dave. Them. You can kind of see the print going right there. It was taking up, it was about 400 millimeters wide, about 400 by 400, and then it went about 150 millimeters tall. It was a huge print. It took about just over 2 kilograms of filament to run the job. It was massive. I had actually brought in 3 kilogram roll of filaments. So I'm talking to myself again. Audio is in and out. Back now. Okay. That's weird that my audio is coming in and out. Woo! Muted. You guys can hear me now? Yeah, it should be on. My little thingy's bouncing. Can't fool me this time. Okay. Hopefully I don't have any loose connections here. Good now. Good. So let's pop this microphone up a little higher there so when I'm standing you can hear me. So what we're going to walk through here, if I switch to this display here, here's where I'm following. This is the guide I'm following. Is the V-Core 3.0 to 3.1 upgrade guide. And basically they say it's a moderate, as far as difficulty, it's moderate. There's all the pieces that come with it. If I blow that up, you'll see this is everything that comes in the kit. So everything here you see is going to be replaced. They do have some tooth idlers in the kit too, which they're not showing here. I believe they do. Maybe I was mistaken. It's all the bearings. But anyways, that's everything that comes in the kit that's being replaced. And it looks like the first thing we're going to do is we're going to disassemble the EVA, the hot end. So let's just get right at it and let's start disassembling. Let's start doing stuff. You moved, Matt. Lost audio. Good now. Can't fool me yet. No, you can't fool me yet. Not yet. You can try. So I've set up a camera view here. Hopefully you guys can see there we go, so that we can take apart the hot end. So let's go ahead and start taking apart EVA. So I kind of know how to disassemble this hot end. I've done it a few times in the past. So I'm going to keep an eye on chat as we go. Best I can, because I'm going to be standing on a stool here, as you can see, because this is high up. This is very high up. So let's go ahead and start taking this apart. And we will start with the right size hex key and the fan. Actually, first thing I'm going to pop off is this 80XL up here. I'm going to replace the ADXL. I want to put it in a little different position than I have it up here. Get your parts tray ready. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's actually a good point. I have a big parts tray right there that I need to get ready. Good, good. Let me do that. There we go. There we go, right here. Boom. So we'll put you down here. Should be wearing my hard hat and fall. I'm only 2 feet off the ground. Not even that. But you guys know me far too well, right? Okay. There's the ADXL mount and the ADXL. Let's get that bolt out of there. There we go. It was funny. Today off screen, I just took the one side panel off. I'm not going to go with side panels on this. And remove the build surface or cover it to prevent scratching. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. But I will as soon as I actually the bed's the second thing to come off after the head is the bed. So, and this normally has a cover over it, but I took the cover off for some reason way back when. Two feet and a stool. There we go. There's the fan. So we're removing this. I'm just going to scroll through the pictures here as I go, just to make sure they want me to do it in the right order. But yeah, we're basically taking the whole hot end apart. We have a BL Touch. I may actually look at doing a clicky on this thing. We'll see. Apparently, I can use a clicky probe on this. Oh, there's still filament in this too. Never even, that's okay. I can get the filament out later. It's just a piece of cut filament there. Doing what it takes, exactly. Missing the mount between here? Yeah, I'm missing a few pieces. There's an updated EVA on this thing. So I'm likely going to be replacing, I am replacing all the printed parts. So we're going to be rebuilding this whole thing. Big time. So yeah, it'll have a whole new look. The hot end, I've not a problem with the hot end that's on it right now. I need to take my sock off, and I need to release my, actually I'm going to replace the sock. That sock was damaged and ripped anyhow. And now I need my tiny driver. My tiny guy. Is it this one or this one? I think it's this one. I cannot see under here. Nope. That's too big. And maybe this one. That's the one. Am I undoing the right one here? Oh, okay, no, it's right here. There we go. This is what I'm trying to find. Right there. Honey, I'm home. There we go. You can hear the P1P. Yeah, P1P is running. Stop disassembly, package the printer up, and send it to you. Okay. You've installed the Euclid probe on there. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I'm even wondering if you can adapt the tap to this printer. I don't know. I'm a little ways from rebuilding. As I say, we don't even have the filament for reprinting the parts yet. So we're going to see what happens. I should have taken that filament out before I started this, but that's okay. I can work with this. Let's just go ahead. Let's just check my instructions, make sure I'm kind of, yeah, basically we're just disassembling the entire hot end. Yeah, I'm gonna, they don't tell you to take the whole thing off, but I am taking the whole thing off. So not with Eva in regards to tap. Okay. But Clicky Probe, I don't know why not. Although we'll see. We'll see. The BL Touch has been working fine. So, but you know, I don't know. I'm not sure what's out there as far as what's new and improved with the RatRig. There we go. So we've got our Bondtech off. So we've got the Bondtech off. Okay, I should have gotten rid of this filament. Let's unplug the BL Touch here. There we go. And where are the screws? There's the screw on the other end here holding this whole assembly in. This is a mosquito hot end. And there it is. So we'll pop this screw out, and these should just slide out nicely now. There we go. Heater cartridge and thermistor. Is there another screw holding that thermistor in? No, I think the thermistor is just a little bit tight in here. There we are. So we have our heater cartridge and thermistor out, and then we have our mosquito. Ah, it just stung me. I just got stung by the mosquito. Ah, see what I did there, guys? Said the mosquito stung me. I know, dad jokes. Okay. So there's our hot end off, our fan, and then we have our lower shroud here. Our fan shroud. Oh, that's got to come off. Okay, let me just undo some zip ties here. Being careful not to cut my wires. There we go. Another one here. There we go. There's our hot end wires. Our fan. And I believe fan shroud here. And the other side. Trying to find a new career as a comedian. I am. There's our fan shroud, whatever you want to call it, our dual fan blower. Let's get these nuts out of here, bolts out of here. And what else am I taking apart on this thing? Let's see. We've got the cooling fan on the back here. We've got the motor, the extruder motor up top. They have this. I just want to see what they're having me take off everything here. And theirs looks a little different, but we're going to be removing belts and everything on this. So yeah, we'll be removing the belts. We'll be removing all kinds of stuff. Because we put new belts, new everything. So we can take off these belt retainers. Actually, what I should do first is I'm just going to release the tension on the belts first. I am on a stool. No, I'm just this tall. Oh, that's a little too small. I need a bigger hex key for that. I believe it's the yellow one. It is. So we will loosen the belts here. This is the belt tensioning guide right here. There we go. Some slack in the belts. And let's, while we're up here, We'll just slacken off the other belt. There we go. Okay. Now I can take off the belt retainers. Oh. Part of the hot end guide. Okay, there's one belt off. Just easier than naming everyone. Good day. Exactly. Hey, John, that's exactly the way it is. Okay. Oh, we're really loose now that the belts are off. And there goes the second belt, just like so. Okay, we're going to unplug the stepper motor here. Well, you're not going anywhere till I get rid of this big bundle of cables up top. I also want to put drag chains on this too. So I don't know if that's doable. I think anything's doable. So we're just going to pull this over here a bit. Get our fan off. This is our part cooling fan. There we go. Okay. And let's go ahead and release this bundle. There you go, MGX20. Procrastinating, so you're using me as an excuse to not do it, huh? Okay. I can accept that. I'm relaxed. Okay, there must be some nuts in here. Let's just take the whole thing right off. They don't say to strip it right down, but I'm stripping it right down. Because this gantry's coming off as well. So, taking it apart doesn't have to be in a dead specific order, but putting it back together probably wouldn't hurt. There's all new EVA parts, all new mount parts. Plus, it's good practice, right? It's really good practice. There we go. That's what was holding you in. There's our stepper motor for the extruder. And there's all our wiring harness. And we can just unplug our end stop, and there we go. Whoops, other than our belts. We'll go ahead and get all that stuff off after. And then I'm going to leave this part on. I don't know if this will change, but we'll find out. They want you to rebuild the EVA 3X, yeah. So no more 2.4X, exactly. I may as well, I can take this part off after. I'm just going to strip down this part here. And let's see how this is held. Right here. Let's get this block off. There we are. Okay, so there's the wire loom. And there's what's holding the belts in. And let's see, how do I get this off? Well, I just pull these things right out. That's all I do. Okay. Okay, so let's pop this off. Man, I remember building this and thinking, man, this is intimidating, but I don't mind now. It's funny when you get a bit of experience under your belt, how these things don't seem so overwhelming. Okay. And this side. All of Eva changes. Okay, even all this part here. Okay, perfect. Eva. The evil Eva. Okay, and then these should just pull out. Boom. There's our belt clips. There's another part of Eva right here. Da-da-da, Eva. Hello, my name is Eva. Hello, my name's Eva. What's yours? Okay, so let's go ahead since we have to. Where are my belts connected now? Let's just go ahead and see if I can't just pull my belts out. We have to rethread the belts anyways. Just like so. And just like so. And these belts I keep because these might be good for something in the future. You never know. You just never know. And it's not like I can just run these belts through and replace it like I did on the when I did the tap, because this whole thing's going to be rebuilt. So I got to go through the nightmare of running these belts again. So someone took cold meds. I did. Loosen the screw and then push it. Then loosen and push. You can also get it to pop out like a lot easier. You also push it out with the hex drive. It's all out. Okay, there we go. So now let's check, see how this gantry, how did this gantry do as far as, oh, it was good. I did a good job when I built this. This is nice and even. Yeah, look at that. That's good. And you know, the one thing funny, which I'll do now, is if you look at these, I did not lubricate and clean my linear rails when I built this. I didn't realize I had to, but I will probably do that on this build, is take these apart and clean them. Mind you, they're running super smooth now anyway. So, I mean, look at that. That is running really smooth. So, yeah, there we go. Oh, down off the stool. There, I just stepped down 2 feet. I'm safe. So there's all our hot end parts taken apart. We have we'll probably reuse the same hot end, which is the Mosquito. This was given to me by my good friend Jason Tech Support. Some of you know him, some of you don't, but he sent me this Mosquito hot end way back when I did this build. So I guess because we are redoing everything, I can even take the BL Touch mount off of here. We'll probably, I don't know, it may stick with the BL Touch. We'll see what other options are there. You're literally building your own RatRig 500 too. The most intimidating part was the belt routing. Yes. The belt routing was tough on that. I find the belt routing tough on any of these builds. So there's our BL Touch, which is still good. And our Mosquito hot end. I should have taken the filament out, but I can always just heat it up and take the filament out if need be. This takes a little smaller wrench to take this hot end out. There we go. And there is our mosquito with filament hanging out. I could do a cold pull though right now. I wonder if I could actually get that out. No, I mean, I probably just heat up the hot end a bit and cold. We'll just heat it up a little bit after with the torch and pull that filament out. But it's a great hot end. It's a really good hot end, this little guy. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. That, and that. Sounds like we got some finished parts. Don't cold pull the mosquito? Okay. I won't cold pull the mosquito. Better off just to heat it up and pull it out, right? Yeah. Okay. It's the first time using a mosquito, and it just bit me again. These mosquitoes bite. You got to be careful of them. You really got to be careful of them. What I'm going to do before I lose them is I'm going to find the proper ends that go in here and put them back in. Not that one, this one. Because these things are exclusive for the mosquito, and these are what hold the heater cartridge and the thermistor in. So I'm just going to put them back in because I can lose another screw, no big deal. If I lose these, I don't necessarily have the proper ones to replace them. So we're just going to pop these ones back in the ends here. Because as I say, when you put the thermistor and the heater cartridge in, it's these screws that hold it in, depending on which side you're putting it in. And in the meantime, I'll heat it up and pull it after. I can do it. Unless you guys want to see me burn myself and do it now. I could probably do that. What the heck? What the heck here? We can't have fire on a stream. What can we have? Let's go ahead. Let's grab my cloth. Just so I don't. Let's just do this so I don't damage. So I don't damage it. You guys can cringe all you want. Here we go. Whoops. I'm going to blame it on the cold meds right now. No, I will not catch my cloth on fire. Although maybe I will. You never know. Anyways, let's just see. Slice thermal paste when I put it back together. Okay. How hot do we gotta go? Probably hotter than that. This is a high temperature hot end, so it can handle a lot of temperature. No, I think I gotta go. Yeah, I think I gotta go hotter. These little torches are so cool and so good. They're an awesome tool to have. And there we go. And get the stuff out of the tip, and it is empty. Okay, cool. Now we'll set that down gently. Did it heat up to the top here? It didn't. There we go. So, boy, that the thermal break on it is good because I can. It's warm, but it's not too hot to touch up on the top here. So, okay, we'll put this aside. We've still got a little bit in the tip to come out. There we go. And let's see. Do I have? Is it this one? Nope. I don't have a little needle, but I think I'm fine because when I put more filament in this now, it'll push it through. My opening for the PTFE is fine. We're good. Okay. So put that down, see if I can melt my mat right there. Do I realize how painful it is to watch? Well, I didn't damage it. I know. I didn't damage it. That's why I put the cloth around it. I didn't want to scratch it. And it's fine. A little bit of heat's not going to hurt it. So Look, I promise you that no harm was done to the mosquito. Okay, I can feel the heat rising up to my fingers from here, but I promise you no harm was done. Oh yeah, that's hot. That's very hot. So we'll just let that sit over there. And the pull was successful because I can see from the tip of the nozzle right there where it came out. That was. Did you hear that? Hang on. Ready? You can hear it go. Psst, psst, psst. Okay, enough fooling around. Let's get to some serious business here, guys. Okay, now the next steps. So basically, we took apart Eva. It looks like it only stripped it down to here, but I removed everything. Remove the extruder, remove the stepper motor, leave the remainder of assembly for now. It will be further dismantled. You know what? I don't care. I just dismantled it all. I'm not waiting for step 32, of course. Remove the bed assembly is what we got to do next. So basically they say lower the x-axis, which I've already lowered the x-axis prior to starting. Lift the bed assembly upwards to raise it off the arms. Disconnect the heated bed wiring and set it aside for the V-Core 3.1 reassembly. So it's not as easy as they make it sound because, and this is another thing that I wouldn't mind changing in the rebuild. Yes, the bed, actually, let me go ahead and take the build plate off. Here we go. Look at the size of that build plate, by the way. Look at that. And that's massive. Hey, David. Yes, I am getting ready. I am David. Okay, so we'll put that flex plate aside. Now, yes, this does just lift up, but the wiring, I would love, and I may do this on the rebuild, I'd love an inline plug right here where I can go and unplug it and the bed can come right off, but we don't have that. So what we got to, let me move this Bondtech so I don't drop it because it's actually only being held together with 3 screws and gravity right now. So we'll just put that off to the side so I don't drop the Bondtech. We can move my 2-foot step stool aside. Now, what I'm going to have to do for the bed wiring is I'm going to have hello. Oh, I've got, for some reason, okay, I think I know why. Hang on. Okay, this thing fell off. Okay, hang on. Can I prop you up? There we go. Okay, I have a cable bundle over there that keeps falling, and when it falls, it pulls my audio plug out just slightly out of my ATEM, but it's fine now. We're done. Your lips are moving, but I can't hear what you're saying. Hit the bench. And audio went out. Boom, 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 boom. We should be good now. I know exactly why it's happening. I have a cable bundle that was supposed to be adhered to the bed or to the bench. The tape failed, it fell, and it's pulling on the audio cable in the ATEM, and it's causing it to come out just slightly enough to cause the microphone to butt. But it's going now. I can see the bouncies on there now. So anyways, what I was saying, if you're building, especially a 500 millimeter printer like this, get yourself a Lazy Susan board so that you can do this. If you have an area to walk around, but for me, for streaming, you definitely need this. Because can you imagine if I had to lift this thing and keep turning it and turning it and turning it? No, this makes life so much easier. So, yeah. Okay. Yes. Anyways, okay. So for the bed, I've got to unwire the bed from the back here. I'm going to worry about this cable loom after. I want to put a drag chain on this. I want to figure out how to get a drag chain put on this instead of this. I don't like this. Okay, so I have to undo the bed and undo all the bad wires. So we're going to cut off some, if I can find where I put my snippers. Did I put them over here? No. Where? Right here. You're surprised you haven't gotten one of these yet, are you? So we'll cut this cable tie here. Here we go. And all our bed cables are tied to here. And they come up here and they're tied into this bundle. This wiring is going to be much nicer looking on the rebuild. Everything is kind of all, this was called the rookie wiring harness. There we go. So these are our bed cables here. So that's one of the steppers. That's not what I need, although this whole thing's got a kind of, so we have one bed cable going into here, and we have one bed cable going into the SSR. I would love to kind of put a, so you don't have to come in the back. If you want to ever pop the bed off for whatever reason, it would be nice just to have a an inline plug or something, but it is what it is. So there's the one bed cable there. So we'll put this back on the SSR. Oh, you're surprised you haven't got a Lazy Susan yet. They're easy to build. Let's pop this off. And this is my power sort of bank for the bed. Okay, I'll pop this screw back in so I don't lose it. There we go. So we got those two cables loose. We got another zip tie here. Okay. And that, and we have our bed ground. So we have a whole bunch of wires grounded right here. Which again, I'd like to do something a little different for this, but hey, this worked out okay. So we can get rid of all these ground wires. Fun fitting all the electronics in the 200 back panel. I'll bet. I'll bet. Okay, so that's the bed. Let's get rid of this little thing here. So we have this wire coming in for the bed. This one here is the bed thermistor. We're probably going to replace that whole board. There's the bed thermistor wire. There's the bed ground. So there's all the bed cables right there. So let's push these back through. There we go. Okay, there's all the cables for the bed. Let's put this back on here. Swing it around. And then the only other thing, the bed is kind of tied to the to one of the lead screw holders here. So we're going to undo these zip ties here. 3 of them. There we go. Those are undone now. We should, theoretically, be able to lift this bed right out. Like that. Just like so. There we go. There's the bed. And that's a heavy, big, heavy bed. One thing that surprised me about this bed is it's not as thick as the Vorons, yet it's a much bigger bed. I'm surprised it's not thicker, but I can imagine how much heavier this would be if it was 8 millimeters thick instead of the, I think it's 5.5 or 6 that this is. But we'll set this aside, carefully set this aside for now. There we go. Starting to look more and more like an empty frame. We've got our old belts. Throw them. Okay. Whew. What's next? Let's go ahead and see what the instructions tell us to do next. We've taken the bed off. Remove the X-axis assembly. So while supporting the X-axis assembly, remove the 8 marked M3/8 screws. Okay, those are the ones on the bottom that we're going to remove there, there, and then the X-axis assembly should just pop right off. Okay. So that, there's 4 screws here and 4 screws over here. So we'll move this up closer. And it's just these 4 little screws, and it's what's holding them onto the linear rails. Wrong size. I think it's my blue one I need. So I'm just going to remove 3 of them on each side for now. Where's my tray? So I don't lose any screws. People might say I have a screw loose if I do. Like that. I'll just remove 3 of them. It's not really heavy now with the hot end off, and I'll just go around here, remove 3 of these, and then we'll do our balancing act. Okay, now let's get this started. Okay, and we'll get this other one started. And we'll support this now. Okay, I just dropped that screw on the rug, and it's a shag rug with black color. That's okay. And then lower this. So I'm just going to quickly grab my secret weapon right here. Ta-da. And hang on. Within a matter of seconds, look what I picked up off the rug. Grab these powerful freaking magnets, run them across the rug, and you don't lose screws. Look at that. Aha. There is our X gantry. And considering I've never actually lubricated these linear rails when I first did the build, they're doing pretty good. Okay. X gantry disassembled. Disassemble, Stephanie. Cheater. What's the build volume of that 500 by 500? It's 500 by 500 by 500. 500 cubed. Remove the X-axis assembly from the V-Core 3 and set it aside until step 30. Okay, well, let's just set it just aside right here. Okay. Now, the next step, remove the front bed arms. So I'll just show you guys. So we've done this. We've removed the X-axis. Now we're removing the front bed arms. So that is the arms that hold the bed on. So remove the 2 marked M535s. Remove the 4 M320s. Repeat the above 2 steps to remove the front right arm. Set both front bed arms aside until step 27. So we're just going to basically do that. Those 2, those 4, and it's going to come off. Okay. Here we go. That's these guys right here. I need the big boy for this one. I believe these are M5s. So I believe these are going to take, no, this the M6s that take that big one. Where did I put my yellow hex key? Right here. Or is it the bigger one? Oh no, this is the one. So we need this one. So this is the warped, this is the one with the warped lead screw. So we're going to have to check out the warped lead screw on this thing and see what's going on. That one's awful tight. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Okay. And then I believe I need Mr. Blue for these ones. Yes, I do. These are the ones hold it into the linear rail. Now I got to make sure I don't let that thing drop too hard. Not that it'll fall off the end, but still. Johnny 5 voice change. Stephanie. Number 5 is alive. A lot of people would be too young. I know. I'm just throwing everything, David. I'm just throwing everything in a pile here. And not a big deal. I figure I'll just, when I need it, it'll be there. Okay, so we'll make sure that doesn't fall too far. There we go. And I guess I didn't quite undo this big M5 enough. There we go. Yeah, this lead screw is twisted, man. Anyways, they're going to come off eventually. So we're going to repeat the same for here. And again, I think I'm reprinting everything. So all of this is going to come apart. They've given us new pins, new everything. So, but I think a lot of these pieces can be reused, but I'm going to use whatever's new, whatever's, whatever they suggest. David Wilson in chat here has done this upgrade. So Short Circuit is a much-watched movie. It's a great movie. Steve Guttenberg. Remember good old Steve Guttenberg? Stephanie. Okay. No disassemble. No disassemble. Sorry, I can't help it. You did it on your 400 and your 500. Now you're doing a 3.2 upgrade. There's a 3.2. There is a 3.2, David. What am I doing then? Do I need to stop and order a 3.2 kit? Or is a 3.1 going to be okay? Oh, man. Have I taken that long to do my 3.1 that they've got a 3.2? Or is this a 3.2 I'm doing? I don't remember. Oh, man, that's... Oh, that's what you sent me, your own. Oh, you made your own 3. Okay, David, okay. Okay, you had me confused there for a second. It's not hard. All you got to do is ask me my name, and that does it. But hey. So anybody that joined me late, I have not started printing the new parts for this yet because Polymaker is sending me some ABS/ASA. And no, we want more streams. Can go from 3.1 to 3.2 later. Oh, there goes that linear rail that I was supposed to hold on. Okay. And a little bit more of this bolt to come out. And we are freedom. Look at that. Man, I remember building this. I was so stressed when I built this. It was one of my first major builds live. Man, these parts aren't very tolerant resistant. Let's just get those screws out of there. And those screws. And I'll get the rest of the other parts out here another time. That's fine. We still got, we got some magnets in here to get out. I don't think these rods are going to come out too easy because they were pressure fit in there. But if I'm printing new parts, I'll crack the plastic and get the rods out. So, hey, Shadell. 3D4 Joe. Oh, formerly known as Just Joe Velazquez. You changed your name, Joe? What the heck? You're just trying to confuse me. Oh, I better get an extra thumbs up for that. If you haven't given me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs up. Come on. Okay, let's switch over. Excuse me now. Remove the front lead screws. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to take the lead screws out. Loosen up M3 screw in the lead screw coupler. Gently pull the lead screw upwards until out of the coupler. Remove the anti-backlash nut block from the lead screw. Repeat the above 3 steps for the lead screw at the front right side. Methinks we can handle that. Okay, so I think it's Mr. Blue again here. I love these color-coded hex keys because they kind of make life a little easier. So we're going to loosen that. And yeah, gently lift this up, and then we're going to remove the anti-backlash nut for some reason. There we go. This is the lead screw that is screwed. Witness protection. This one is, oh yeah, I see a bend right there. Let's see. See if you can see that. Oh, you can hear it. You can hear the bend in it. Yeah, right there. It's right there. It's a little better. But again, I'm not overly concerned. Yeah, just a little bit more right there. Yeah, that right there, watch. Look at that. What a difference right there. Still a tiny bit, but a little bit, but a lot better. Again, it's not huge. Right? It's not huge that it's not going to make a difference that tiny little bit, especially when you're dealing with a screw this big. But I'll bet I can go here and just do just like that. That's much better. Look at that. Now we're rolling. So that's not bad. Okay. Anyways, bent lead screw. No big deal. And then we'll do this one. Okay. Let's take this nut off. Here we go. And this one, I think, should be just fine. That one's fine. Okay, we got lead screws off. It'll buff out. There we go. Okay. Remove front linear rails. Really? I got to remove linear rails for this? Seriously? Oh, I got to clean them anyways. Loosen all the M3 screws, loosen the inner rail to the V-Core 3 frame, remove the linear rail, taking care not to let the carriage leave either end of the rail. Repeat the above 2 steps for the linear rail on the front right. Set the linear rail assemblies aside as they will be reinstalled during V-Core 3.1 assembly guide. Okay. Didn't know I had to take linear rails off, but hey. Oh, and yeah, of course, I put every friggin' screw in there, every single one. The man who straightens lead screws by hand. Yes, that's me. Superman. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to cheat on this one because this is a lot of screws. No, it's going to be the next size up. Yeah, we're going to cheat on this one a little bit. Uno momento, por favor. That's supposed to be Tim the Toolman. Tim the Toolman getting his tools out. For those of you that are looking for a good powered lithium-ion, 3.6 volt lithium-ion screwdriver, it's bigger than your little pen ones, but doesn't twist or anything. It's not fancy. It's got lights on it. But the torque on this thing is amazing. And you're saying, well, can't you over torque your screws? Well, no, because when you screw a screw in, you don't death grip this and screw it. You basically just hold this loose. And then when your screw's tight, you're going to be like that. And then you just torque it by hand. But this thing saves a lot of time. It's fast. It's powerful. Gets the job done. I'm going to... uno momento, por favor. There we go. I'm going to have a bag just for these so I can keep all these linear rail screws in one place. Oh, and of course there's T-nuts falling because there's T-nuts behind all these behind these, or hammerheads, sorry. They've got hammerheads in behind these. Actually, all I gotta do is loosen these off a bit because they're hammerheads. They don't have to come all the way out. Duh. Although when I go to clean them, I'm going to take them all the way out. Dum-de-dum. And on the Vorons, I did every other one. Probably could get away with every other one on this. But I was new. I was intimidated. Did you put magnet on each end to keep rail carriages on the rails? Not yet. That's the plan. No, I actually... Should I just let them fall off and give a lesson in how not to do it and how to repack all your balls? That'd be fun. No, it wouldn't be. Oh, there's one without one. Oh, that's because I took it out already. Now let's see. No, I'm missing. Oh, I missed one. I missed one. There we are. Come on. Get out there. Get out. What are the chances that I can get 300 hammerhead nuts that all turn in the right direction? Not very good. Okay, so. There we go. Got it. I'm holding on to this thing with a death grip. Trust me. There we go. Okay. Now I just got some hammerhead nuts down there. Fortunately, they are attracted to magnets. If I can get my magnet down there. I'll just turn the printer upside down and do that. Hey, Build It Basement from the Peanut Gallery. Don't want to lose any of my balls. I do not want to lose any balls, Joe. Okay, so let's quickly grab these things off. Yeah, let's try not to drop any hammerheads. But quickly pop a few of these things off here. Once I get it to a point, I will definitely see if I can't. Where'd I put them? Right here. Get a magnet that end. Now that's a great point. Who mentioned that? But that is a good point. If you don't have the plugs, which I don't have, that normally come on these things to keep the rail from the thing from sliding off the end of the rail, use a magnet. Everybody, if you're building your printers or if you're a hobbyist, you have you have strong magnets, neodymium magnets. Go ahead and put a magnet on the end of each end of your rail. It definitely will save you a lot of grief, because no matter how many times you say, oh, I'll be very careful. No. The other option to do, which I've also done on top of magnets, is just to take a zip tie and zip tie your last hole. And that zip tie will stop that from falling off the end of your rail as well. And just dropped one more hammerhead. Let me grab that. And let me put one more magnet on the end here. Oh, these are strong. Okay, there we go. And one more here. So that way, that is not going to go anywhere. So there's one of them. We're going to take those apart and clean them anyways. We never cleaned them in the original build because I was too dumb and too much of an idiot to know I had to clean them. I'm sure somebody told me I had to clean them, and I went, oh no, they're smooth enough. They're running good. So yeah. Zip tie is a good one because, well, really, when you think about it, okay, here. Because, matter of fact, let's do that. Because if you think about it, magnets can fall off. But if I just take this little zip tie, run the little zip tie right through here, and that's all you need. Just a zip tie right there, and that's not going to go anywhere. Right? So let's do that, because the kind of luck that I have, you know, the magnet's a good idea too, but zip tie is extra insurance, because the zip tie, unless you really, really force and break it off, it's not going to go anywhere. And there's a zip tie on that end too. So, and they're easy to get off. Just extra insurance. Why not? Okay, now we have one more here to take off. Oops, don't tighten it. I know I got my back to y'all, but promise you're not missing anything too exciting. Actually, I could actually probably do this and this, and you can actually get a, you know, like a different camera view of this. While I try and watch chat. Zip tie longer term, yes. And these might be off for a while, so probably a good idea to have the zip ties on there. This sure does save a lot of wrist twisting. And being a lithium-ion battery, it lasts a long time. Watch it die right now. That's a lot of screws, and there's a third linear rail yet. Okay. And bottom one. Now let's see. Oh, I'm missing one. Where did I miss one? Where did I miss you? Oh, right there. Missed one. Oh, that came off nicely. Look at that. There we go. Am I going to Rocky Mountain? Unfortunately, no. Not in the cards this year. I would love to go, especially after watching Jim's little intro to it today. Edge of Tech did a little video on it. Going to be a lot of people there. But guess what news I found out? Richard, are you still on here? And is it okay if I share the news about our local market? Are you still on here, Richard? And can I share the news that you shared about Maker Faire? The exciting news, like the real exciting, super exciting news. Let me get a zip tie on here. Oh, zip tie. Richard. Hey, Jerry. I'm feeling a whole lot better than I did Friday. Yes. That's why I decided to go ahead and stream tonight. Thank you. I'm sure I can mention it on here because it was mentioned on the other stream. Anyways, we have coming up in May our local Calgary Maker Faire, which I think I've talked to you guys about, that myself and Richard from the First Lair are sharing a booth at. We're going to have a big booth to share. The exciting news is there is somebody coming to Canada, apparently for their very first time coming to Canada, and they're going to have a large booth at the Calgary Maker Faire. Anybody guess who that is? Huh? Come on, take the guesses. Who's coming to Canada? To our local Maker Faire here in Calgary. Dum da dum dum. Formerly known as Joe Velasco. Yes. Well, you got the first name right. We are getting Prussia. Joseph Prussia is coming to. Oh, I wish Polymaker would come, but Joseph Prussia is coming to Calgary Maker Faire in May. It's been confirmed that he will be here, which is exciting for our Maker Faire. It's really exciting for our Maker Faire. God. Jerry. I've told you over and over, call me Tim, okay? Just call me Tim. You don't have to be so formal with me. There's all our hammerhead nuts and our screws for the linear rails I've taken off so far. We still got a linear rail in the back, which I'm sure is going to have to come off. Oh, I'm on the wrong camera. I was going to say, why isn't this camera showing? We still have a linear rail in the back that's got to come off, which I'm sure is going to come up in a step here. Okay, we've removed the front linear rails, removed the front motor mounts. That's the 3 screws, and the motor mount just come off just like so. Remove the rear bed arm, yada yada. Okay, so one thing at a time here. So we're going to remove the front motor mounts. Oh, there's another hammerhead nut that came off of there, so that has got to go here. I think I've dropped another hammerhead nut down the rail there, which I'll have to pop out. So we're going to remove these guys right here. And I believe, they take the big boy. These are M6s. So these are going to take the big wrench. Very rare I pull out the orange wrench from that kit. But on this build, these are big nuts. These are 30-30 rails, for those that are wondering. They're 30 by 30 rails. The belts that we put on and take off are 9mm belts versus the 6mm belts on the Vorons. And that just comes off. Let's unplug our motor. And then there we are. There's our motor mount. There's one of them. And I did lose some T-nuts down here. So come on, turn. No, I got one. Come on. There we go. Magnets are your best friends when you're doing a build here, guys. Magnets. So not maggots, magnets. Them big nuts. Yeah. Why am I removing all the bolts from the linear rails? Because David, I never did. I'm going to be taking these apart and cleaning them, because when I and greasing them, when I first built it, I didn't do that. I neglected to clean my linear rails. I know. I'm creating more work for myself, I know, but that's why. My bad. So now we're going to take this one off. Where's my big orange? I'm going to properly clean the linear rails this time. Whether I need to or not, I'm taking these ones off. They're running smoothly. but I never properly cleaned and greased them. And I don't want to run into problems down the road for neglecting to do that. This does not have a lot of hours of printing on it, which is probably why they're still running with no problems without being cleaned. There we go. Come on, get in the hole. There you go. And there we go. These are all held in with hammerheads. And this should just pop out, and we'll unplug our motor. And there's our second motor mount taken out. Okay, let's just put these in here. The magnets on a telescope handle are nice. Yeah, I have, oh, where'd I put it? I have one. Huh. Interesting. Oh, right here. I have one of those. I have this on a telescoping handle, and the kicker is this one has a light on it. So it's pretty cool. But I don't use it. I don't use it a lot, but it comes in handy. It's one of the tools you have to have. Okay. So we got those motor mounts out. Now we need to remove the rear bed arm. So I'll show you guys the instructions here. We're removing two M335 screws, removing the 4M420 screws from the rear bed arm, set the rear bed arm aside. So removing the arm, we're removing the lead screw, and then we're going to remove the mount, and we are removing the linear rail on the back. So in that order. So let's swing this around. So these are the two M5 screws they're talking about right in here. You can kind of see them. And I believe I need my yellow wrench. You'll wonder where the yellow wrench went. This is exciting. I'm so excited to finally start this RatRig update because I'm excited to get this printer printing again. Whoops. It's what I get for trying to do it left-handed. Here, let me just... this is fine. You guys don't need to see any closer. Ya-da-da-da. Tim's over-the-fence neighbor is here. Heidi-ho, neighbors. Hey, how are you, Bear? I haven't seen you in forever, man. My over-the-fence neighbor. We are... That wasn't expected. Well, it should have been. We are tearing apart a RatRig. I'm going to have to take this over this way so I can get at these four. There's just four screws here. Actually, hang on. Ugh. I got this camera up like 40 feet in the air so you could see the hot end disassembly. But if I kind of do this, if I switch to this camera, let's see. Oh, that'll give you a good view. Look at that. Ah, nothing like a good camera view, right? Now the blue guy should be the one I need here. There should be screws right here. And here. And should be same on the other side here. I'm going in blind here, guys. I'm going in blind. I've got one. And down below. And two. Look at that. Okay, so we get this part off. We're going to salvage these screws. Come on. I have a hex key here. This was a 1.5 millimeter that I broke the tip off of. But it's great for poking things. Like, that didn't sound good, but it's great for getting into tight spaces and poking things out of holes. That still didn't sound good. So I'm just going to pop whatever this. Oh, this is just a zip tie guide here. I'm just going to pop this off. You've been incognito for a while, but for the most part back. Oh, awesome. Thanks so much, Bear. I appreciate that. I've done some Voron builds, as you've probably seen. Some Voron builds, and now we're doing a RatRig update and slowly trying to grow my channel and make some exciting content for people. We're going to be doing more videos this year. Oh, what am I doing when I can do this? Make life easy for myself here. Just like that. See? Then we can salvage all these screws. Put them in here in a mixed pile. It's okay. You know why? Because I happen to have, which is supposed to be handy. If you're everybody needs one of these. It is a screw measuring guide. Everybody should have one, especially if you're doing builds and stuff. I will bet Mr. David Wilson has one of those even. Okay, save that nut, and there's another lock nut in here, and we will. There we go. Get that nylock nut out of there, and we'll worry about the rest of this after. Now we're going to take this coupler off. Right here, we're going to remove the coupler, or loosen the coupler. And gently get the lead screw out. There we go. We'll get the anti-backlash doomer thingy block off of here. There we go. Printed what in 2 colors? Actually, no. That was before I had the AMS, David. This I did in. I did this on the Prusa at my office, and I just did a posit layer, and then did the numbers. But yeah, I would definitely do it on the. I do it with the AMS now. I probably do it in multiple colors. Let's just check this rod out. Yeah, this rod's pretty good. I think I pretty much straightened that other rod out. I'm not going to bother ordering another rod. I think it's good. A tiny, tiny, tiny little bit of wobble is not going to hurt it because it's mostly the linear rails that are giving you the smooth up and down motion. So it takes a big man to admit he's stuck on small holes. Yes, it does. Okay. Now we need to loosen 2 bolts here. Let's unplug this motor first. Okay. We need to loosen 2 bolts here, which I believe are the big orange guys. These are all M6 bolts that go to the frame. Actually, here. And again, it's all held in with hammerheads. Oh, there must be one more. Oh, there's one more down under. Oh, there's 2 more down under here. Right here and right here. There we go. Now, what are the chances of getting 2 top and 2 bottom hammerhead nuts all facing the same direction? They'll be contained at the top with the new 3-1 mod. Cool. Because this is going to be a pain in the arse to get off, I think, unless I just take these bottom ones right out. Like so. Like so. And then I should just be able to, like that. And again, with my trusty and handy, there they are, magnets. Pull these guys right out of here. There we go. Okay. So we got this guy off. We'll pop off these hammerheads because this whole mount is going to be replaced. I believe, actually, the one test part I did, let's get these out and then I'll have a look. And I believe the one test part I printed, which is this guy, I believe this is the replacement for this, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and it is. That's the replacement part for this. Anyway, I just did this to test Polymaker's ABS on the bamboo. Okay, so these are obviously going to come apart. These will be replaced. This whole, everything green is going to be a different color. I don't know what color yet. smooth. Yeah, this if you can believe it or not, that was printed. Now you'll see there is a tiny bit of warp on the bottoms because I didn't use nanopolymer adhesive, but that was printed on the bamboo, no enclosure, nothing in ABS, and it is such a clean print. Oh, it does such a good job. Okay, now we need to remove this linear rail. Now this one, it's possible you can see, and I'm lucky I didn't have that happen because there's room on the bottom now for this to fall off. I don't want that to happen. So the first thing I'm going to do, now that I've jinxed myself by saying it's going to happen, is I'm going to take this one off by hand. I'll take that one right out. Cause that T-nut to drop. And for now, because I'm paranoid now, just for now, we're going to stick that there. And while we're doing the rest of it, I'm going to go ahead and, oh, sure, you go up when I want you to go down. Let's get that one out of there. What I'm trying to do is just get a little zip tie in here. Let me curl it so it forces it to go down the bottom. There we go. Then I'm going to just zip. Just an insurance policy. There we go. Now I got a zip tie in there, so this guy is not going to go anywhere. Now I'm going to methodically undo each one of these again. And yes, I'm going to take them all out because again, I'm going to clean these linear rails. And we're screwing away. We're getting all the screws out of here. Now let me ask you this, David Wilson. Did you put every screw back in on this, or did you go every other hole? I don't know if it's necessary to go in every hole. There we go. Oh, got it. Let's remove this one and do another zip tie. Bamboo X1C and the AMS. Oh yeah, I love my P1P. I can only imagine the X1C. Yep. It's a shame there's some people, and I know some people that are having issues with their printers, with quality, and I think it's like any mass-produced item, it's gonna happen, and it's just a matter of figuring out why. And I don't know. Hopefully, Bamboo offers really good support for those issues that people are having. So I know that Liam Astro Printer is very frustrated with his. So, and I feel for him, man. I lucked out. I got a good one with my P1P. Okay, just get all these guys out of here. Better to go with every other hole. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do when I put this back. That's what I did on the Vorons, was every other hole. And there we go. There's the third linear rail. Let me just gather up all my nuts. I like to keep all my nuts in one place. Like a squirrel, right? Are they all going to fit in here? Let's find out. And I'll have a whole bunch of spare M3. These look like 20s. And a whole bunch of spare hammerheads if I go every other hole. And we did fit. There we go. There's all our linear rail hardware. Okay, Jose, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here as always. You know, I know it's late for you, and just the fact that you hang out at all, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, now we are on to, we did that, we did that, we did that. We've done this. Now we got to remove the left core XY idler, part 1. So we're going to undo that one bolt. We're going to undo the 2 bolts on the top, and we're going to take the nut off the bottom, remove the M5 nylock nut from the underside of the idler bracket. We're going to pull that out, and we're going to actually be releasing a bearing stack here. So remove the idler marked M5 screw. That bearing stack right there is going to be loose, so we got to be careful we don't lose any of that. Although I think it's all replaced. Retrieve the 3 30/30 drop-in T-nuts from the extrusion. Okay, so I think we got to go up top a little bit for this one now. That's going to be, are we speaking? Yeah, we're speaking these front ones up here. So let's see if I can get you an overhead view. Let's see. Yeah, where's my hand? There's my hand. So I got to try and move this camera for you so you can see what I'm doing here. Let's see if I go this way. No, this way. And then this way. No, the other way. This way. There we are. There we are. Look at that. I aim to please when it comes to giving you guys a good view of what I'm doing. So there was a nut in here. Now I think that was the yellow. Nope, it's the, let's see, where am I looking? Hang on, I've got to just check something here. No, it's, bear with me, I got to check. Let's see, okay, oh, it's the big one. It's an M5, it's an M6. It's an M6. So I need the big guy. This one. Okay. DeWitt 3D Canada, the man with a million views, million camera views. I wish I had a million YouTube views, but I don't. I have a million camera views. Okay. Now, nope, the yellow one. And this one. Okay, I've got to get a, I need a, I need to break out my other little Wera tools. And I believe it's this size, I think. What size would that be? 6 millimeter? Or I think it's a 7 millimeter nut. It's an 8 millimeter nut. There we go. Okay, and my little ratchet. Oh, and I need the little ratchet adapter, of course. This little guy. So you go there, you go there. We're loosening. Okay. So we need to get you on here and you on here. Remove that lock nut. It is a monster of a printer, poor boy. Now we're going to remove this bolt, and then we got a bearing stack right there that's going to come tumbling down. So there we go, into my hand. That's a little bit of a bearing stack. I think what I'm going to do is drop that hammerhead. Hang on one sec, guys. I think I'm going to take this little case. We're going to keep all our bearing stack things in here because there's little washers and shims and everything. So I think we're going to keep all our bearing stack stuff in there. Then we need our magnet to retrieve all of our hammerheads. And I think I got them all out of there. There we go. Stop it, magnets. Okay, that's the one. Now we're going to swing this over. And we're going to do this one. Loosen this guy off. These ones come out. And we grab our socket on the nut. Comes apart much quicker than it goes back together, I'll tell you that. Okay. We take this bolt out. Okay, and grab our... Oh, I just dropped something off the stack. That's okay. Of course, I dropped the shim. The one thing I didn't want to drop was the shim. Okay, I'm pretty sure I have lots of shims, but let me just go see. No, I'm not even going to bother wasting time to go look for it. It fell over on the floor. It's in the big rug. I'll have to do the magnet search, but I'm sure I have lots of M3 shims. Okay. Let's get this hardware all taken apart. Oh, man, come out of there. There we go. And more parts. And my magnets. There we go. Retrieve those, and that's those two pieces off. Okay, whew, we're making some progress. Hey, Jack Black. Okay, so we got those two pieces off. We got the left one off. We removed the right one. Remove the right core XY motor assembly. And we're going to remove the left core XY motor assembly. Well, motor assembly, carriage, everything. Everything gets stripped down. Okay, so we're going to do right and left motor assembly, and then we're going to remove the right and left motor assembly part 3, and then we're going to remove everything, including the idlers and stacks, everything. So basically, total strip down. Oh, sorry, the printer. The printer. Okay. It's not that kind of a show, folks. It's not that kind of a show. So let's come up here. Yeah, this camera angle's fine for you. Because basically we're going to remove these. You're going to be removing these two motors now. And the assemblies that are holding them. So there are 3 screws up above. Oh, this one was super loose. Okay, well that wasn't good. Actually, I think I have to remove the motor screws first, right? The motors are going to come off first. Blue hex key. There we go. Yeah, it says to remove the four motors, the motor screws first. Oh, these are long. I wonder if I can fit my power driver in there. They are long screws. Wow. Okay. If you wanted to send me something, how would I go about it? Oh, you didn't. Oh, so you didn't build your 3.0 first. DBR it. I can give you an address because it's a public address. If you want to send me something, you can send it here. I'll just do this. So basically to me, and I can't do enter in lines here. So care of KKP Calgary. Oops. Why did that happen? I keep hitting this window that opens my some big code thing, and now I've lost my mouse. There we are. Shut. I don't need to see all that behind the scenes stuff. Care of KKP Calgary. I'm just doing a ... for each line. So there is a mailing address, and that's fine for me to put there because that's a public address. That's my business, and that business can be found anywhere. So people can send me gag gifts, anything you want to that address. I don't give out my home address, of course. But if people that know me, know where I work, know how to find me. No stalkers, please. Okay. These are long, long screws. Okie doke. It's almost as good as having a P.O. box, but it's a business. And one more, and that motor is going to fall. There we go. Yeah, David, we do. Or Richard, we do. I used to have a P.O. box. A long time ago, I had a P.O. box. And I just thought it was a waste of money because I just get everything sent to my business. Basically, so there's one stepper motor. Anybody looks at my Facebook profile or any profile, they can see where I work, and they can go to my work website and find out my work address. So 30 years, nobody has stalked me yet. Oh God, I just jinxed myself, didn't I? Glitter bomb incoming. Hey, it would make my day exciting. Anybody watch the Mark Roper glitter bomb videos? Those are great. Okay, those are coming out. Oh man, I got a tray full of miscellaneous parts that just won't quit. Now, I don't quite remember. Oh, these stacks are from underneath. Although this whole thing comes out first. Hang on a minute. I'm trying to remember. Oh, okay. Let me just cheat at the instructions here because I just don't quite remember how those bottom ones. Okay, there's two bolts that come out of the bottom that are holding the whole thing in place, and then they just lift right out. Okay, I get it. Okay. Okay, so we have two bolts. Oh no, there's four of them there. Okay. Oh, the two come out, and they loosen the top part. Okay, I think I understand. Just have your stuff sent to me. Sure. Absolutely. No, it's going to be, this is the yellow one. Okay, so we're just taking some. Okay. So tell me, RatRig, did you make this easier to put together than this one was? And this one. And that lifts this off. So that top part came off. So if I switch over to this overhead, and if I move this around, you can see this top part came off, exposing a couple of bearing stacks. So we'll grab those. Washer there. We'll grab this one off of here. This can push down. And there's one more washer. Bearings, washers, and one more washer, one more shim. There we go. Let's find my container. Put all that in there. I think I got everything off of there. I did. Okay, over to the next corner. Okay. Where's my power driver? Hey, Gary T. Oh, you haven't missed a lot, just me tearing apart a RatRig. And then we've got another stepper motor out. Are these LDO motors? These are LDO motors. See, I didn't know about LDO motors back then, but these are LDO motors. Good. Good quality motors from LDO. Okay. Now I need good old Yeller again. Where's Yeller? There's Yeller. Well, oh, man, these are tight. Imagine if I'd used Loctite. Oh, I got to get T-nuts out of the other side there. Okay, I got those. Before I forget. There we go. Grab those T-nuts out of there. Okay. Now, yes, now we got to come underneath. So we're going to come back over here and we're going to come underneath. There's two bolts that got to come out under here. We use yellow on these. These are the bolts that are holding the bearing stacks in. And this one. Come on. Okay, and if we go back up top, let's grab my little case over here. Now, if we go back up top, this is going to pop off. In a perfect world, this is going to come right off. I don't think I loosened the one quite enough. This should come off, exposing our nuts. Exposing our bearings, I mean. You just don't want to come out. There go. Oh, the shim didn't quite fall. There we go. Caught the shim. Okay, so now we should have another couple stacks of stuff here. That. This and this. And one more shim. A loose nut. Where'd that other loose nut go to? There it is. And put them all in there. And some T-nuts. There we go. Okay. No disassemble. Okay. Oh, let me sit my big arse down here a little bit. 7 o'clock. I did not. So these parts here, Jack, these came with the printer. Back then, I was inexperienced with printing, et cetera. So I ordered all of these parts pre-printed, and I look at them and I go, I don't know. There's a little bit of, I don't know. I might have been able to do them a little better, but who am I to say now? Back then, they were perfect. Let me pop these apart. We're going to salvage everything. Because I am kind of still not 100%. As I said, we're only going to go for 2 hours tonight. I'll go a little bit longer, but I'm just going to call the disassembly stage pretty much done at this point. I don't think there was a whole lot to do after this. Let me see. After we get this done, then we basically disassemble all the motors, disassemble all the other parts, take everything apart, take the X gantry apart. Yeah. Oh well. Hey, I can kind of finish the disassembly here. There's not that much left, but I do have. Look at the tray full of parts, just waiting to be sorted. Good choice of motors. This is the 500 cubic RatRig P-Lam bones. Yes, it is, and welcome to my stream. So, if you haven't subscribed or liked my channel, please do hit the thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. And so P-Lam, we are basically taking apart the V-Core 3.0, and we're doing a V-Core 3.1 upgrade. And part of the upgrade includes all new printed parts. So hence the mess of stripping it down and not really giving a crap about the parts. But we are now just basically salvaging all the hardware from the printed parts that we took off. Is what we're doing here. Do I need a bigger parts bin? MG20 Techs, I think I might. There's that part come off. I'm going to have to recycle all of these parts. These plastic parts have all got to be, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. It's a shame to just toss them, but they got to be repurposed or something. I don't know. But anyways, in the meantime, basically just have to right now, basically strip all the parts off of everything and get all the hardware off. And I'll just do that while we answer some questions or whatever. These are M5s. So these M5s or M6s, I should just be able to put that in this way. That's a nylock nut. That's going to be harder. So if I go this way and then give it a slam, I can get that off that way. And if I do this one and give it a, nope, not going to work too easy. What will you use? What I'll use? I'm going to be using Polymaker ABS or ASA. It's on its way to me, and I have to see what they're sending me. They're sending me. Polymaker is sponsoring the rebuild for this. They are going to be my official rebuild sponsors by supplying me the filament I need. This one's being a little difficult, so let's see if I can't shove something in the hole. It's a bit too big for that hole. Just want to get that nylock nut because I just want to salvage all the pieces that I can. There it is. Good. Where's the other one? There is the other one. Okay. And let's grab that big M5 again. Why upgrade? No. They've changed a lot of the parts and made the motion system. They've basically changed the entire motion system to make it, I guess if you want to say, smoother, less proprietary parts. Oh man, that nut was in there. Oh, that cracked the piece. That nut was in there so tight. But they've basically improved the whole motion system. That piece was not printed very strong. That broke too easy. Okay, no hardware in this one. No hardware in these. Let's see. These three pieces here. We got some stuff to take out of these. I believe it's this one. Whatever it was, it held up well. It did. Okay. Now these are going to be, oh, these should just pop out no problem. These are magnets. These should come out easy enough. Let's get the nylock nut out of there. There we go. Your wife giggles way too much when you watch my live streams. Really? I'm that amusing, I guess. Okay. Now, the trick on this one, these nylock nuts should come out no problem. And this next one, that might be trickier because there's a magnet, strong magnet holding these things in now. Where is my poker? I need my little pokey thing. Where's my little pokey thing? I swear I'm losing my mind. I need something to poke with. This might work. That works. That one. That one. There we go. Now, if that nut will come out. And there we go. Got that nut out. Now, I just need to get this. Okay, I don't think these aren't going to come out very cooperatively. So that's what she said. Yeah, you can say that a lot during my streams. It's just going to let me. No, that's not going to come out without a little bit of persuasion. Crystal persuasion. Maybe my my doctor clips. There we are. That is just a magnet right there, basically, is all that is. That'll stick to that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get those two rods out. I probably can if I tear the piece apart. Those were pressure put in, like basically pressure fit, but let's just see. I can probably just do that. Since I'm not reusing the parts. And, you know, sometimes it's just satisfying just to break something, you know. If you know what I mean, Vern. Try a heat gun. That's no fun. The heat gun's boring, though. You don't get to take your manly frustrations out and actually break something with a heat gun. Although you do get to burn yourself with a heat gun. So I will say that that's a possibility. Okay, and then that one. Now, what I use for a pokey thing, this one. That little poker worked good. I'm going to have fun sorting all these parts out eventually too, so I won't bore you by sorting all those things on stream. I'm boring you enough with this disassembly. And then this, there's our magnet. Okay, and that's the second one, and there's one more. Uno más, por favor, to come apart. Yeah, it was this one. If not heat gun, why not torch? Oh. Let's talk about your Canadian hammer. It's hammer time. Hammer time. Oh, that magnet came out super easy. Holy cow. No persuasion needed there. And the nut came out. And the nut came out. There we go. So let's just see if I can gently persuade these things to come out. No, not that way. Let's try the torch. Nope. Oh, that stinks. Whew. Does that ever stink? Ah, there we got one out. Oh, man. Get a grip on it, will you? And we got two out. Whew. They give you all new rods. I don't know why I'm worried about getting those out, but they give you all new ones. Hey, Zexalter, you're here just in time to see me. Look. Watch this printed part. Ready? Ready? Well, these are only like 30% infill. And I have safety glasses on, don't worry. There's another rod. And there's another rod. I didn't have to heat that one, thank goodness, because that stinks. I have safety glasses. I'm okay. There's another rod. And ready? This reminds me of eating. Oh, I think I bent that one. It's okay. That's why they give you all new ones. Because they know that these things were pressure fit and that you're likely going to damage them trying to get them out. Now, these ones should come out with some gentle, just real easy, gentle pushing. Cyanide. Get your safety squints. I got safety squints. It's not my eyes I'm worried about. It's my good looks. I'm starting to get tired now, and I should end it soon, but this is all the hard stuff's done for what I'm doing today for the hard stuff. So right now I'm just pulling my nuts, trying to salvage as much hardware as I can, because I don't know, as David said earlier, they don't really say which hardware you're going to actually replace. So that's done. And we just got some more nuts here to pull. Do you look good? You can't look good without your eyes. No, you can't. That's true. Well, fortunately, I wear glasses. In my business, I have had so many things fly at my face and cut my face. And my glasses have actually saved me a few times. I've been fortunate. When if I'm out in the shop and I'm using a saw, or anything that's going to spew dust and stuff, I always do I actually have safety glasses that go over these glasses if I'm ever out doing something that literally shoots crap around. So now we got to take these guys. These couplers are all being replaced. The only thing being reused in this is the motors. This is the blue guy for the couplers. We got all new couplers for these. Oh, look, oh, don't drop that. You might need that. A bearing stack under there. There is a bearing stack under that. Where did the tip for this thing go? I bet it fell off on a part. Oh well. Got to do it by hand then. Oh, there it is right in front of me. It's right in front of you, Tim. Anybody? I highly recommend this. It's called Duratech, and I'm not sponsored, and that's what it is. 3.6 volt lithium ion screwdriver. Anyways. This thing, I nicknamed the Gigolo because it'll just go all night without needing recharging. Okay, I got to be careful here because there is I'm not sure what gets reused on this or not. The black parts, I'm not sure. Tired equals accidents equals YouTube views. Yes! Don't hurt the moneymaker. Oh man, I'm looking forward to sorting out all these screws. I am telling you that much. This I got to be careful because there is inside this a little bearing, kind of a little bearing stack there that the motors run on. So, and then there's another piece in there. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep that and keep this kind of all together, just sort of set aside. Because I don't know exactly how much of that's being reused. But then again, there we go. Another LDO motor. And there's the old part. Magnets are attracted to LDO motors. I'm telling you that. So then we got this bearing, or this coupler to come off. Okay. Those couplers, again, would I throw those couplers out? Probably not, because they're just couplers. You never know when somebody needs a coupler in an emergency. You must be screwing a lot to know this run time. Yeah, I just know that since I've gotten this thing, I haven't charged it yet. I charged it initially. That was it. Oh man, there's a lot of juices spewed right here. This little bearing stack is pretty moist. Just sorry, but oh, there's a lot of grease here. Oh, bearing grease. Okay, let's get these out of here. I don't want this thing slipping through my fingers like that. And And there we go. We'll set that one aside and we'll get the fingers. That is wet. Okay, one more. Uno más. There's another one there. We can get these T-nuts and bolts out of here. And 2 more T-nuts and bolts. Okay, I said 7, I lied, maybe 7:30. We just got a few more pieces to take apart, and then we're going to call it a game. Another motor. One more motor. There's the coupler, and that is well oiled again. Oh man, it's full of oil. I am Popeye, and this is olive oil. Sorry. Now be sure to watch for my upcoming video on the essential tools that I use for building 3D printers and so forth. I am going to be talking about a lot of my tools that I use, that I consider essential. Everybody has their own opinion on tools and what they need for their builds and stuff. Like, I mean, I could have something different, for instance, for my builds than, say, Richard does for his builds. It's something that I say, yeah, I like using this. And he might say, well, hey, I like using this. But I'm just going to show people what I do for my builds and the different tools that I've used to make life somewhat easier for some of my builds. So that will be an upcoming video within the next 6 years. No, it's coming soon. So there we go. And that's those. There's another stepper motor, Quality LDO products. And I think we have, other than, let's have a look here just to see. Let's not knock anything off our desk, though, including the mouse. Let's have a look here. I think we've disassembled everything other than what we're going to do in the electronics bay. I think we have completely disassembled. Well, okay, we have some end stop. We have an end stop mount up there. We have a few green parts up in the back here that are going to be replaced. But I think if we go to our... Okay, Poor Boy channel, see you. Thank you so much for being here. Am I going to show the sledgehammer and the high-powered rifle? Snapshot? I'm not spoiling anything. You have to tune in and see. The sledgehammer, maybe. This is a great torch, and the beauty of this torch is, you go to your hardware store, you just get a little bottle of lighter butane. I just filled it, and you don't need any other special tips. You bend it over, and you shove it, and then boom, it's full. This has lasted me 4 or 5 refills of this. I've had it for a while, and this is just strictly this is one of the torches. You get this on Amazon, and it's for doing creme brulee. It's a chef's torch is what it is. It has an adjustable flame, so I can go that tall or I can go that short. So it's great. And it's got a safety switch on top, so you can flick the safety switch so you can't use it. Although I've dropped it a few times. I think I need to get another one because this has a little bit of a... It's very finicky when it comes to this. So I may end up getting another one. They're not expensive, but they're a great little tool to have. I find them really handy. If you get marks from your bed adhesion or something, you just do a quick run over on the bottom and it gets rid of all those white marks from glue or anything. So works really well. Okay, let's just have a quick peek over here. Oh, the other thing, we got to disassemble the gantry. Okay, we got to disassemble that gantry. I'm going to leave that for now. We've disassembled most of it anyways. Basically, we're going to take apart the end joiners. We're going to take and salvage all the parts from it. using the 3.0 base panel with the 3.1 upgrade. So it looks like I'm going to have to get a back panel cut or something. I've got to look into that. Maybe David Wilson could speak to it if he's still on, but I do believe I need to get a new back panel. I'm going to go look into that and see. A 2D printable template as well as a modified rear motor trim are provided on the V-Core 3 to 3.1 upgrade page. And if I go there, this is where they have all the parts, the printed parts that I need to do when my filament comes in. There's the hardware requirements for everything they've given you in the kit. And then there's all the printed parts. And obviously on the bottom, we have our panel cutting template. So we can download that. So I'm going to be looking into that to see if I definitely, in fact, need to get my panels done, which I think I should. I do have a super glue residue as well, Delmar, exactly. I happen to know a guy in the sign industry who knows a guy who can cut panels. So I can get my panel cuts done reasonably well. And I think I want to because if you look at the back panel, it's full of holes because back when I didn't know what I was doing, there was extra holes where they didn't need to be, et cetera, et cetera. I had to drill a couple extra holes for some grommets to go through to run some wires from the bed and so forth. So I wouldn't mind doing a whole new back panel anyways and having it done properly. And what I may end up doing on the new back panel is, I don't know, do a different design or something. Anyways, that's here nor there. So, but that's it. That's all for tonight. And I think we're going to call it a night. Let me switch back over to this guy right here. There we go, and say thank you everybody for watching. I sincerely appreciate it, and I hope you had a little bit of fun, and I hope you had a few laughs at my expense. That's what I like to do, give people laughs at my expense. I'm sorry there's no blood tonight, there's no bruising tonight, and no head bumps tonight. So, anyways, thank you everybody. We'll continue this next week. I may do some linear rail cleaning during the week. Don't be offended if I do and I don't stream about it. I may stream about it, but it's as boring as watching paint dry, watching people clean linear rails. So, and there's dozens of videos out there on how to clean and lubricate linear rails. So, yeah. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I'm quitting a little early tonight because I do need to get some more beauty sleep tonight, just because. And that's the button I want. Anyways, everybody have a wonderful night. We'll catch all you guys next week. Again, thank you for watching. Hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. If you don't like it, hit the thumbs down. If you hit the thumbs down, I'm going to give you a different finger up. I'm just kidding. Take care, everybody. We'll catch you guys all next week. Bye for now. Have a great week. Stay safe.